Hello, friends. I hope everyone is having a fun and spooky Halloween season. And speaking of Halloween, if you like creepy, crawly creatures like snakes, frogs, and lizards, I think you're going to love this story. It's called Evander and the Salamander. Evander saw a salamander strolling down the street and thought, "That's an amphibian I'd like to stop and greet." It wasn't soft or fluffy, but it still looked kind of cute. Its smooth, slick skin had polka dots. This was a stylish newt. He stood beneath a shady tree, away from summer's heat, using all his tiny teeth to munch a tasty treat. Evander snuck up quietly and saw he had no claws, but gasped in shock to find a smaller newt up inside its jaws. The foot-long creature swallowed and began to run right past. Despite its stubby legs, that salamander sure was fast. Evander huffed and puffed while giving chase to try and catch, but the salamander never even seemed to take a breath. He hollered, "Stop!" but the response was only squeaks and clicks that strangely sounded like it said, "Hey, watch out for that witch." It headed toward the pond that lied out just beyond the trail. So Van gave one last diving leap and grabbed it by the tail. He felt it wiggle in his palm, but when he rose to stand, he took a look, and all he found was just the tail in hand. The salamander reached the pond, despite Van's sneak attack. And don't you fret about his rear. His tail will still grow back. The end. Okay, now it's time for me to go all dad mode and take a silly little story and make it even better with some fun facts. Because almost everything I said about salamanders is actually true. First off, salamanders have been around for a super long time. The earliest salamanders were alive before the dinosaurs 230 million years ago. There are a ton of very different kinds of salamanders out there. In fact, there's over 650 species in the world. A newt is actually a specific type of salamander. So all newts are salamanders, but not all salamanders are newts. It's a whole square and rectangle situation. Salamanders are amphibians, like frogs, not reptiles like lizards. And like most amphibians, some salamanders can breathe through their skin. What? Salamanders really are fast, and some can run up to 10 miles an hour. That's faster than me. Most salamanders are between 6 and 12 inches long, but some grow to over 5 feet. That might be bigger than you. Salamanders don't have vocal cords, so when they make sounds, they just come out as squeaks, snaps, and clicks. Salamanders are carnivores, which means they eat meat, and some even eat smaller salamanders. Gross! Some salamanders can make their tails fall off when they're in danger, and the tail will keep wiggling after it's detached. Ew! But not only can salamanders regrow their tails, they can even regrow other limbs and organs like their legs, heart, and even parts of their brain. Whoa! Finally, and most importantly, this close to Halloween, watch out for witches. because they can, in fact, turn you into a newt. Even though you'll probably get better